Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. I am Harmi Izwan bin Baharum, your host for today's sharing session. So today we're going to talk about PhD or PhD. Okay, and without wasting any more time, I would like to invite Dr. Nurliza Haji Ali, our guest for today.
Thank you, Dr. Harmi. Assalamualaikum and good evening, wherever you are, be it on YouTube or Facebook.
So how are you, Dr. Nurliza?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so today we're going to talk about your PhD journey, and I would like to start off with my first question, which is where did you do your PhD?
Oh, I did my PhD in the University of Queensland in the School of Education. I did
Okay,
my
when?
PhD in educational language planning.
Okay, good, good. So when did you do your PhD?
Went
When? Yeah, when did you do your PhD?
It was, I think I started my PhD in August 2008. Yeah, around this time. Yeah, I remember
August, eh? Oh, okay.
the madness, like to prepare everything before going there. Yeah, around this time. I remember we traveled from here on 18 August. Wait, 16 August 2008, 2008.
And at that time, if you can remember, what was the weather like at that time
Because it was in Brisbane,
Mhm.
it was cool because
Winter,
it's
right?
like, yeah, it's winter time. Yeah, in August. Yeah, yeah, it's like mid-winter or like finishing winter. But of course, we are from Kuala Lumpur,
Mm, mm, mm.
tropical, to that kind of 6 degree at night is kind of cold at that time.
So how long was the flight journey from KL to Brisbane,
About
right?
8 hours.
Or 8 hours? Okay, it's not too bad, lah. Yeah.
Not so bad.
Not so bad. Okay, okay, good. Okay. So when you started your PhD, what were the sorry, were you alone or were you with your family doing
Oh,
PhD?
well, I think it's common for a lot of us who started PhD. We kind of started our PhD kind of a little bit late. So I went there with my husband as well as my 6-year-old daughter.
Okay, okay, all right. So, what were the challenges that you faced when you were doing your PhD?
Okay. If you're talking about challenges, I would like to mention that there are two aspects. One is that the challenges of the PhD itself. That one is like you are kind of mentally prepared, but not sure how much preparation that you did actually. Yeah. Another one that I kind of overlook is that juggling my
Mm,
study and my family life, because for them also is a transition for them from
transition.
here, comfortable life, and go there. We live like kind of like maybe below poverty line kind of like standard. Yeah, as a student. Yeah, so yeah, but today I actually like to talk about the academic side, yeah,
Okay,
rather
yeah.
than the
Mm.
family side. But let me tell you, that's huge, and do not underestimate that. And yeah, if we have time we can talk about that, some other time, but today I think the focus is more for academic.
Okay.
Okay, you're asking me what's the biggest challenges? What's the
Yeah, biggest
biggest
challenges.
challenge?
Yes. Mm.
Okay, at first, when you prepared for the proposal, you thought you already knew this is what I want to do for my PhD. Yeah, when you prepare your proposal for the submission to the potential supervisor, you thought that, yeah, this is the area that I want to do. This is the study that I want to do. But once you started, oh my Lord, how far, you change from your proposal to the actual study that you did. So honestly, if if I may say, uh, after 3 months in the program, I kind of like, I do not know what is a PhD study is about, actually. That is the scary part of it. That, when you are already in the program, suddenly you kind of get this realization, what is a PhD research? That every time you show them the topic, the area, they say, nah, this is evaluation. Yeah, so that's the biggest challenges, meaning to really clearing your way to see the light at the end of the tunnel, actually. Yeah. And that's not a short tunnel, yeah. A very very long tunnel of forest or tropical forest, actually, yeah, to see the light at the end of it. So yeah, that's the biggest challenge. And then at that time,
Mm.
I think our students here in the university are so lucky, in a sense that they were asked to take one, two, or three or four courses as part
Process.
of the requirements of the PhD program or full
Mm.
research programs. Yeah,
Mm.
when the university that I went to, the University of Queensland at that time, I mean, like for School of Education, did not require us to take any course, so you are supposed to study on your own. Okay. But what is fantastic is that they provide these short courses that you can go and attend. And these short courses is maybe like 2 hours, kind of short courses on literature review, or 2 hours short courses on methodology. It's just that kind of short courses that you go and listen, you go and learn. And this one not is structured, but you choose yourself. They have the what do you call it? The calendar. Yeah, that they repeat the course in a semester maybe twice. So you choose yourself whether you want to go or not. So everything is self-driven. Yeah. So
Mm.
that's the biggest challenge, because you really do not know how should you start, actually, when you don't have the experience. Yeah, but okay, but I learned, yeah, throughout the process, is that but it took time to learn, how do I overcome, this, my issue, that I do not know this, I do not know that, I yeah, this everything that suddenly you feel you do not know. Yeah. Okay, one is that I think, okay, but it took a long time, actually. One is that to get comfortable with your supervisor.
Mm.
I think that is important.
That is
To
very important.
Yeah, to have that communication with your supervisor. Yeah, I had three supervisors. Mind you, how many of you here have three supervisors? Yeah. Yeah, I had three supervisors. The first one is the late Professor Emeritus, Dr. Richard B. Baldoff Jr. He's my language planning supervisor. And Associate Professor Karen Moni. She's on English language education and literacy. And I have also Dr. Obaidul Hamid. At that time, Dr. Obaidul Hamid just finished from his PhD and just joined School of Education. So I had three supervisors, and these three, every time I had a meeting, they were there. Yeah, can you relate how, yeah, when you are in a meeting and you kind of lost, and you got three people who actually will keep asking the part that you're not clear. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so but whatever it is important to position yourself, to put yourself in a position that you feel comfortable talking to them, like comfortable just to see them. Okay, I'm okay. Let me get this one straight. Yeah, supervisors, my supervisors, they were very busy. Yeah, but we have supervision time. If you need it, you can do it every week, but you get only 1 hour. Yeah, they designated a 1 hour a week if you need it. Yeah, you can request if they have free slot for that only
Mm.
on a certain day, so you have to quickly a week before book the slot and send your document 2 days before the supervision date. Yeah. Okay. Um, but outside of the supervision time, you cannot go and knock on their door and ask, because they are, they were busy.
Busy.
In fact,
Mm.
everyone is busy in academic. Yeah. Yeah, but like even but you need to understand. You can just stop and say hello. For example, in the morning when you when you came in. Okay, I was a full time student. I had an office in the same wing with my supervisor. So basically, can you imagine? I got three supervisors, and my room is also there. They see me, they know whether I'm there or not, whether I was there or not. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, yeah, when I look back, it was kind of like really a good experience to overcome all this challenge, being comfortable in the environment, getting to know your supervisor, and as well as kicking your own, brick wall, yeah, the one
Mm.
those that you don't know and you go and learn it yourself, yeah. So basically, yeah, maybe I
So
can talk a little bit detail. Yeah, maybe Dr. Han want to ask something.
yeah, I mean, so you're so when you meet your supervisors, so the three of them are actually in the same room with you.
Okay.
How do you manage that with three supervisors in the same room with you during the supervision meeting?
Yeah, okay. So at first we started because somehow for that particular semester, there were three other students started with my main supervisor and the second supervisor, meaning with Prof. Richard Baldorf, as well as Dr. Caramoni. We started together with these two supervisors. Yeah. So what my supervisors did is that the first, when we started, my supervisor said, read three theses. Doesn't matter your area
Three.
or not, read three theses, familiarize yourself with the thesis. At that time, they were away because it was during, I think, semester break or what. They were not, yeah, because they took like 1 month break, not break, I mean break from supervision, seeing us. Yeah, but read three thesis. But they assign PhD students as facilitator to us. Okay, and then from then on, whenever we have a supervision, four of us together, at that time only two, yeah, with these two supervisors, we will meet every week. Yeah, four of us every week. You refine your topic until you get it. Okay, that took 6 months to do that. And then finally, okay, this is important, that how to say, yeah, that you cannot rely. Doing PhD is about being independent. Yeah, if you think it's not, that style is not working for you, that style of work is not working for you, you have to talk to the supervisor.
Mm.
Okay, finally all four of us agree this meeting, this group meeting, group supervision is not working for us. Yeah. But of course we get to know one another more
Mm.
closely.
Yeah.
rather than working alone. But we did not progress the way we like it to, and this is already one semester. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I talked to my supervisor and said, and we talked actually to the supervisor and said we actually would like to have individual supervision. Yeah. So it started with 2 weeks. So you have to book your slot, remember, right? But you cannot
Mm,
just book freely anytime you want to see me, you see me. No.
no.
Yeah. You already make that pledge. I see you every 2 weeks, right? Okay. At first, I was diligent on that. And then later, I find 2 weeks is a matter of like rushing just to please my supervisor, but not pleasing me. I'm the type like to feel in control of the work. Yeah. So sometimes in that 2 weeks, I could not get it done. I'm not happy to submit it. I will tell my supervisor I would like to delay 1 week or sometimes 1 month. But that's the gap that I do, either every 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month. But that's subject to the subject on the progress of my work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
but the point is you
Oh,
need to have control of your work, meaning be independent. This is all about doing PhD. Yeah, be independent. Must know what you are doing. Yeah, even though you kind of blur, figure it out. Yeah.
okay. I think just now we got a response from Falcon. Is it Falcon? Yeah. Hi, Falcon. How are you?
Hi, Falcon.
Oh, Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Do you have a question, Falcon? Oh, good vibes. Oh, thank you. Do you have a question, Falcon?
If not, we can continue, yeah, with my story. At
Mm.
least, I want
Yeah.
to share with you my experience, something that may be useful or maybe you can pick up from this experience. Yeah. So basically, if you ask me my first 6 months, the topic that I bring, the topic that I attempted no work. Yeah. Until like I told you, my supervisor asked us to read a thesis. Yeah. I found
Three,
somebody
three theses.
thesis
Oh,
which was convert which have been converted into a book. Then only it makes sense to me. Oh my God, this is what it is. Then I go back and look other theses and look at the structure. So, yeah, so you have to understand towards the end of your 3 years journey. Okay, I was on a scholarship, it was 3 years. Yeah, and
mm,
I have my child and my husband with me. I cannot delay. I can go bankrupt if I delay. Yeah. So I was determined to get it done in 3 years. Yeah. Of course, my supervisor say, let me tell you the truth. I don't think so. You see, throughout my journey, at that time, my supervisor was already, yeah, Prof. Emeritus Richard Baldoff. Baldoff was already 65 years old. At
oh,
that time, he said, I had no student graduated in 3 years except one person. This one person already an associate professor, just need the certification because basically this person already did the research. Yeah. So yeah, that's what he said. If you are novice, no, I don't think you can get it done in 3 years. Well, it was true. I mean, like that was true. But anyway, actually, no, you can beat it if you really put your effort. Yeah, if you really work on it. Yeah, don't just people say you cannot get it done in 3 years, because this is social science. This is not engineering. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, engineering is different, science is different, this is social science. Yeah. Yeah, but actually what I wanted to tell you is that of course, when I say he asked us, I mean, like my supervisors asked us to read the thesis, yeah, to understand the thesis, but not like to spend 6 months to read the thesis. But you read the thesis and start. Once you get the idea, then you started uh, read from journals, yeah, for the empirical study. Yeah, thesis will give you a lot of, basically to give you the structure of what a thesis is, yeah, and
mm,
then to create in your document the thesis format. So you will have, okay, if it's in UTM, you will have like 4 chapters, right? Chapter
mm,
1, Chapter 2, Chapter 1, Chapter 2 on literature, and Chapter 3 on the methodology, Chapter
mm.
4 on finding, and Chapter 5 on conclusion or whatever,
Conclusion.
if you have
Mm,
something, yeah? But over there, yeah, it's that kind of structure, yeah, to create that in your work document. Of course, when you
mm,
send to your supervisor, you don't send the whole thing. You only send the part that you want them to see, right? But you have to work on that so that you will see how much more to do. What is the
mm,
link? Yeah, if you have the idea on the subheading, put the subheading so that you know in the end. If you do not know, what is ethical consideration? Then you have to go and read what is it. Then you have to figure it out. Yeah. So that's what it is. That's what I learned when they asked us to read thesis. Yeah. Mind you, this one, yeah, this PhD program, no courses, no methodology courses, nothing. Everything you read on your own. Yeah, and you go and talk to your other friends about trying to understand. What is triangulation? Yeah, you go and talk to people to confirm your understanding. Okay, another thing that my supervision, you cannot ask, I cannot ask my supervisor on terminology. What is triangulation? That was it. Read on your own. Yeah, it's all about application. It's
Patient.
all about content. Yeah, maybe at first they do ask about, oh, okay, you need to improve your writing. Your writing is like magazine writing. Yeah, so that, yeah, not academic writing. Okay, I think a lot of us when we
Yeah.
started, it's not about our English, it's about our style of writing. So that one you have to learn what structure that they like to like what structure that you need to use when you write. Yeah, so yeah, so that's one. Another one that I think I did it late, but I think, oh my god, this is so useful. If people ask me what to do, what to read first, is the research methodology book. Yeah, during my time it was that John W. Creswell, Denson and Lincoln, and all the thick book, Silverman. That was during my time. Yeah, but I think that research methodology book is so good in a way that it gives you the overview what research is. Okay, during my time, what I can remember, the book was so thick, like this thick, right? And then when we borrow from the library, this particular book is so hot that everybody wants to borrow this book. So we get to borrow this book for 5 days or something like that, very limited time. So any part that you want to read, you read, and you say, I think I want to read more, you go and
Mm,
photocopy. Yeah, so that's what I did. Yeah, otherwise, to get that book is also some books can only be borrowed for 3 days. Some only hours, half a day or something like that. So it depends on how hot
mm.
is the book. Yeah. So like handbook is so you cannot borrow. Maybe a few hours only. I forgot how many hours, but I do remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. I think wow, that's very informative. But before that, I think I need to show a video on the location of our faculty. Yeah? Dr. Nuliza. So I think let's show the video of the faculty, the location of our faculty. Okay. Yes, we are left with 2 minutes before before the session
Okay,
ends. Okay,
thank you.
Dr. Nuluza, can you give us any advice to PhD students? One or two advice on to PhD students?
Okay, since we are running out of time,
Mm,
I think
mm,
I try to make it short. Yeah. So just now I talk about what my supervisor asked me
yep.
to read in the beginning, just to get it clear.
Mm.
Okay, beside the thesis is a handbook,
And
because handbook will give you an overview trend of the research, and you can find your area, yeah,
mm,
in the handbook. Of course, if you go to conferences also, you can identify that. Yeah, that's another, I think, like that I think worth to start to read thesis, handbook, and a research methodology book. Yeah, these three documents. Yeah, then only once you know what you want to do, then only you start doing your
mm,
uh, literature review from the database. Yeah, but what is important to me, if I like to recap here, is that understand PhD is about making you to be an independent researcher.
researcher. Mm,
Yeah, so understand the role of supervision. Your supervisor there only to facilitate you, but you are there to earn the knowledge. Yeah,
mm,
because that is important. Yeah, don't expect your supervisor to guide you everything. Yeah, so you yourself have to learn it yourself. You have to learn. Yeah, okay. And it is important to have not to say frequent, but a reasonable gap between one supervision to another. Because for PhD writing, uh, start writing from the very beginning. Yeah, don't wait
mm.
until
Yeah.
semester three only I write my proposal. Oh God, that's a very rough journey to start late. Yeah, but just start doodling from the very beginning. Yeah, that's important. But for PhD, do you have a break during the semester break? Well, don't try. Because it's not easy to pick up back. Yeah,
Mm,
that will
yeah.
set you back so far away. So you can take a break. Yeah, just take maybe 1 week or max 2 weeks. Let your supervisor know about it. After that, do not delay anymore. Just continue. Yeah. So I think, well, we get the cue that the time is up. You do pick up from whatever little story that I can share here. Over to you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Noliza. Very informative. And I think this is very useful to all PhD students. So thank you very much again. I think that's the end of our sharing session today. Inshallah, we will have more sharing sessions in the near future. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Salam. All the best to all.